So today I am going ahead and doing kind of like a what was originally a full spread video, but ends up being just like a page video because I didn't like the other spread. But I do give it another go later in my sketchbook, so no worries. But I wanted to go ahead and try and draw some more bears. I just felt like I could make them cuter, and I do successfully end up drawing a couple bears that I really like and feel like just really fit my style. So if you'd like to join me for the sketchbook page while I do that, I'm Rory Fluent, but feel free to call me Rory. If you're new around here, hi, hello, how are you? Feel free to let me know in the comments down below. I like to create dope art content and hopefully a chill atmosphere. And if you're not new around here, what is up, my dudes? I am very excited to show you guys what I'm capable of and some really nicely drawn bears. Throughout the video, you're definitely going to see me kind of look up a lot of references and a lot of different kind of poses for bears, and I'm just kind of trying to like get a better feel for like how to draw the animal, because I really want them to be kind of blocky and pudgy and just large and round, and so I'm kind of trying to capture that. And so to do so, I'm looking at both like photo references and just the way that other people have chosen to stylize bears so that I can figure out what I want to do. I just really want these doodles to have a feel and style to them, and I want them to feel like something that I can be proud of. And I will definitely say for all of the doodles and sketches, I really love them and I really love the way they look, and I'm definitely still getting used to and figuring out my painting style, and kind of especially traditionally, because lately I've definitely been enjoying drawing in Procreate a lot more. But when it comes to sketching, I love a sketchbook. And so I'm hoping to get some art supplies for Christmas that are going to help me kind of keep, like integrating the texture that I want to into my traditional media, because I feel like that's really one of the key differences between my traditional media and Procreate, is that it's a lot easier to add texture in Procreate than traditionally for me, especially with the art supplies that I own currently. You'll see I'm also throwing in a few deer. I don't know, I just kind of felt like it would match like the color scheme that I want to. I even think I end up, like right here in the video, I end up deciding to like try and draw badgers, which I've never done before, like ever, but I figured, this is a spread of like trying a new animal, so why not make it two and also draw like a little badger guy. And this one is cute and all, but like the second one or the third one that I draw is like my absolute favorite. He gets smushed in the corner there, and I love him. He ends up being really cute and just like very much my style, and even the way that I painted him, I'm like really happy with the way that I end up painting him. But I know I've mentioned this in past videos, like I 100% feel like I understand how to sketch and draw in a style that I really like and enjoy, but when it comes to the painting, I am definitely still kind of getting there. I'm really excited to try soft pastels. I'm hopeful that I will have the colors that I want, and hopefully ones that I will be able to use. I'm especially excited to like be able to layer it on top of watercolor, like a pale like white color, just kind of to add more texture and highlight, and to be able to kind of just keep layering. I feel like there'll be a lot of fun with gouache as well, because you can kind of just keep layering on top of each other, and I'm just like really excited to try that and to see how adding texture traditionally is going to help and work with my traditional art. actually forgot when I was putting this all together that I do include kind of like the sketches that I have on the other side of the spread, but the way that I paint them is just like not it, and I really, really, really don't end up enjoying like the final part of the process of the whole spread. So in the rest of the video and like in what I show you and how I painted and all of that, I tend to just, or I believe I just stick to the first kind of page that I showed you with the bear and the deer, because I wanted to draw some more raccoons, and I loved this photo of them piled on top of each other, and the sketch for this is totally fine, but like painting it was not it. So I actually try this again, which will be a future video, smaller in a part of another spread, and I really enjoy it. Definitely prefer the way that turned out to this first time, but you know, that's okay, because sometimes it's totally, I don't know, like it's fine to have to go about something again and to retry a drawing or a specific kind of animal or whatever it is you're trying to get down, because like sometimes this stuff is hard. It's hard to draw and it's hard to paint. And sometimes you take a sketch that you really, really like and you just totally fuck it up with color. And you know, that's just the way of the art world, that's for sure. I'm hesitant to remove this part though, because I feel like I don't often get to show you guys my sketching process and, you know, just what it looks like to complete a full page or full spread from start to finish, because more often than not, I sketch while my boyfriend or my dad is playing video games, and I kind of like watch them and then sketch because I tend to get a lot of inspiration from the video games that they're playing. But here I really wanted to include kind of like a full process spread, even though it's just like at the end of this, just a page that you're really going to see, because I don't know, I still want that to be a part of the content that I create. I think it's really cool to show, I don't know, what like a blank page looks like to what it becomes and what I make it. But back to this lovely page, the one that I very much prefer, with a couple raccoons, a couple badgers, and a couple bears and some deer. You know, it's kind of just like a hodgepodge of a bunch of animals, but I don't know, I was having a lot of fun sketching them, and I was like, okay, you know, now's the time to not fuck it up. Let's like have some fun, just paint and really focus on the style that I'm trying to curate, and I don't know, the way that I'm trying to go about adding color. You know, how do I want to bring these things to life? And I definitely think, you know, this page in particular is, I don't know, it turns out to be a lot of fun to paint, and I believe it's largely successful overall in helping me to build a little bit more confidence in my style and, you know, how I'm trying to grow and progress as an artist. Overall like theme of the, or I guess I should say color scheme of the page, I ended up wanting to be like, I don't know, I wanted it to feel very soft, so I have a soft green, kind of like a green earth, and then like pale soft yellow, and a nice like, I don't know, like honey bear brown, I guess. Is that a bear? Brown bear? Brown bear brown? I don't know. Like a really nice soft light brown. I'm using the word soft a lot, but like you'll see by the end of the page that definitely like the colors are not super vibrant or out there or crazy or anything. They're very earthy, very neutral colors overall anyways. You can probably tell this is kind of one of those videos where I didn't necessarily have like a planned thing to talk about, because, you know, I have like, I don't know, themes and stuff for future videos that I understand and just feel like it would like, the theme would fit the content better, where for this I made it without a theme in mind and like filmed it and just, I don't know, like created the whole spread, and literally my goal was just to try to draw a bear in a way that I really, really liked. And, you know, I'll definitely say that I do that successfully, so, you know, that's something. I love this like puffy green deer head that I drew in the top right corner. I just feel like the whole thing kind of turns out really nice and very my style and my vibe, and I just really enjoy the entire process of putting him together, and I don't know, just like seeing him come to life. And same thing with the bear next to him. I really love this adorable little bear with his little mouth. He's kind of just going, oh! And the raccoon in the top left corner is also one of my favorites of the spread. I swear to God, I will just keep calling it a spread, even though it's just a sketchbook page. One of the things I've definitely noticed when it comes to this style is that it's a little difficult for me to control the shade that I'm using, I guess is a good way to put it. Like, I feel like I go in too dark too quickly, which is like a huge mistake with watercolor. You don't want to do that. You want to build with layers, and I feel like for some reason I've kind of like not figured out how I want to go about doing that while still having like messy brush strokes. Which is silly because, like, one of the things that I loved so much about kind of, I don't know, layered brush strokes is the fact that they're layered, and you can play with the opacity of the watercolor and the intensity of the color and build it gradually and layer it over top of each other to create a really interesting, complexly colored thing, I guess. I do remember this video in particular being like the first official one where I was really, really, really like, I don't care if it seems weird or feels weird. I want to film this entire process, you know, at an angle and kind of show more close-up shots and just not just a bird's eye view of what I'm doing throughout the entire spread at once, but kind of focusing on individual sketches and almost like finishing them and then moving on, even though in this particular video I don't ink them first, where currently in my sketchbook I like to actually complete, like fully complete sketches and then go back to the other sketches that I have and kind of fully complete them. You can see currently in the video I inked one of the little badgers because he was freaking me out and I really didn't like him, and I was like, I need to see if this is going to work. So I inked him, and he turned out a lot better and a lot more adorable the second that I added the inking, so that was really encouraging. So with some like newfound vigor, I'm kind of going at this page and trying to see what I want to do and figure out how I want to go about finishing and completing the page. You can also see that my white gouache did like this weird thing where it like spilled, but like it's yellow, but when it's not yellow, it's some sort of like oil or maybe binder in the gouache, and it just kind of like spilled everywhere, which is super strange because none of my other tubes of white gouache do this, but this giant one of Winsor & Newton does it like all the time. And I was very aggravated that it did that, so I was like, you know what, we're keeping this in the video, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I have to do and what I have to put up with for this giant tube of gouache that I was so happy to have, but has caused me like so many messes and problems. Going back to the video, I am kind of adding my final touches with my marker and my colored pencil, which is very normal for my style and how I go about finishing my doodles, which you would know if you've, watched other videos of mine. I'm trying to, add little intricacies, like the dots on the top of the bear's back, and just kind of trying to go in and layer in those brush strokes in the way that I really love, but have such a hard time figuring out how to do. That's definitely been a theme of this entire sketchbook, is just like, I found this new style and I can do it really well and then do it really, really poorly. And that's how I know that I don't necessarily know what I'm doing, because it's a 50-50 chance of whether or not I'm going to be able to nail it or not. And I really want to be able to nail it. I really want it to be an integrated part of my style and how I go about creating sketches and pieces in my sketchbook. So I'm very hopeful that eventually I will be able to just kind of, very easily and very naturally create this style and, have the texture in my sketches that I want. It's very funny seeing this kind of finished badger chilling in the middle of the page, and eventually, obviously, I do get to inking the rest of my doodles, and it always just brings them to life in a way that I love and I find really enjoyable while I'm doing it. But that wasn't always the case. I used to hate inking. Inking scared the shit out of me because, it felt weirdly more permanent than anything else that I was doing on the page, because I guess it kind of is, it's this harsh black line, and I have tried colored inkers, that's not how you would say that, but I've tried to ink my sketches with a color instead of just black, and I don't find the same satisfaction out of it. I don't know why, but this, kind of cartoony black line always makes me happy at the end. Well, not always. There was one, which I believe will be posted, the video will be posted before this one. There was one particular page in the sketchbook where not even inking saved it, and that was a very sad day for me. But this one is definitely not one of those. The inking is super fun and kind of just makes everything come to life, especially those little tufts of fuzz on the badgers. That was one of my favorite parts to add, because in the end it's just it makes them look so cute. And this little guy in the corner is adorable, isn't he? I just love him. I kind of did this thing where I saved the sketches at the top of the page, which personally, at least at the time, were kind of my favorite ones, for the end, so that way I didn't do them first and then not feel like inking the rest of the page, because I was well, the ones I like are done and now I just have to do the ones that I like less. But honestly, there really wasn't a single sketch on the page that I didn't like, and that's always really rewarding and very happy. I don't know what I mean by very happy. It's just really satisfying and really nice when I can complete a spread and I can be you know what, I don't hate any of these sketches, and that's nice. Especially when I'm drawing things that I've never really drawn before or that are super new to me, like bears and badgers, and honestly, I'm still even super new to raccoons, but I'm definitely figuring them out, because I would say 2 out of 3 sketches I love and adore and just think they're they turn out successful just about every time. But yeah, with this final pass over the page, that is the end of this video. I know that I didn't have a ton to say, but I still hope that you really enjoyed seeing my process and kind of seeing this new way of filming that gets integrated into all of the following videos, because I have really enjoyed showing you guys a more up close and kind of angled and interesting process. It gives you more to look at and more interesting, details to focus on as I'm painting, instead of just a bird's eye view where you're seeing the whole thing the whole time, and you're not really moving throughout the spread with me. And so I hope that you like this new way of filming. Let me know what you think, and I guess I will hopefully talk to you in the next video. Bye!